Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Monday, September the 19th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of our trading room. This is the address to get into the room, and it is a free room. I share my screen all day long, and I'm live on the mic between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This is the link you can use in order to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas, and there's a promo code that you will see. To give you an idea, if you took everything we have to offer on an annual basis, it would be a little over $4 a day. Well, kind of a spectacular day. Holly, I haven't seen a day like this in a long time, if ever, to be honest with you. We had 15 strategies which made the cut today, 10 long and 5 short. And a lot of them, of course, were in the bio sector, spurred on by Sarepta. Look at this incredible move by Sarepta. Holly caught the alert. Let me just find Sarepta. Here we are, right down here. Holly caught the alert right here at 28.75, and it was at 10:50 in the morning. Now, admittedly, it was very, very difficult. You could not have got the stock at 28.75, and it would have been a chase. And as Dan said, he came into the room and we talked about it a little bit. Not for everybody, because you would have had to chase it, but some brave souls, you might have done that. And my goodness, it hit $56, but what really happened though is that helped the entire bio sector. So there were a ton of alerts. I think we're going to end up the day with probably 50, 55, maybe even 60 total alerts today. I haven't seen that well, I know we've had days like that, but not in a long, 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 long time. So now, what did I do? I mean, I did not get into this. I was looking at other things, but I actually got into one that at the beginning, and this was a Holly alert, but I got in actually earlier than Holly. Holly, the alert was at let's see, entry price. I want to click on this one. The first alert was at 347 for Holly. I actually got into this trade though at 339. I watched it on a this is, if you take a look on the daily chart. You can see this was a break out of this area here, had a nice little void up to this area. So I actually took the trade right here at about 339, and then afterwards Holly alerted it. So I guess I was just a little ahead of Holly. Got in at 339. I got out at some at 351. Notice a little spike up here. Got out at some at 351. This was a nice early trade, and then I sold the balance basically flat. Nice trade though. On a percentage basis, I certainly would take that all the time. Now, Chris, I am still in. This is another Holly trade, another bio. Hasn't quite worked out yet. I'm in at 209, and the alert was actually at 209, so I'm in at the alert price. But just to give you an idea, this is how many alerts we've had today, and I can't even fit it all onto the screen. This is how many alerts we've had with Holly today. And as you know, I make a list of the or create what I call a Holly watch list, where I take I copy and paste all the symbols into my symbol list, and then I watch them the next day. But they're also including stocks that I've from Holly from maybe even 2 weeks ago. This will be an interesting exercise for me now to have to go through all these symbols, plus the ones I've already got in my Holly watch list, because I don't want to have 110 or 150 symbols. So I'll have to start pairing them out based on what I'm seeing on the daily and the weekly chart. So that was that one. Now this one, I guess perhaps I got a little bit too greedy on it. TRTN, another Holly alert. In at 1302. All right, and so I was in right here. It was a little bit difficult to get. I didn't get as many shares as I want, but I did get in here at 1302. Nice pop up to 1331. These are 15-minute candles. I did take some out at actually 1317 on the way up, and then I was holding on and on. Now, right here, you'll see that there's a gap on the 5-minute chart. That doesn't normally happen, but all of a sudden, the SPY started to move down. We had this move down, and now it's starting to really, give up a lot of the. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. We're actually negative now. We were in positive territory most of the day, and So I probably held on just a little bit longer than I should have. I was encouraged by this little move up. This was after the SPY had moved down, and then we got this big candle here, and that got me out of the trade at 1308. So didn't make as much as I wanted to on this trade. But I also think one of the reasons somebody asked me, well, of all the Holly trades, how do you know which ones to take? Well, this one I was attracted to because of the daily chart, and you can see right here that there's this nice void right on top. So once it broke the whole number, I'm not saying it has to, it's going to get up to 16, but this is the sort of pattern that I love to see on a daily chart. We can get some good potential gap or void filling. And so that's why I decided to pick that one. And, for sure, it was really working well. And I thought, if it breaks 1330, we could have got it into the 1350 area. But, the SPY, I think, really put a damper on a lot of things going long. Kara was another Holly alert. Again, it's another bio. Let's get back to the 15-minute time frame. I got into this one. This one worked out really well. Again, on a percentage basis, it worked out really well. Let me just see what the alert was. There's so many I've got to try to find. Well, it doesn't really matter when it was, but I got in at 7:10. I waited for to make sure it got over the whole number. I got on right here at 7:10. Put a mark here. I know it says 7:09, but got right here at 7. So would have been on this candle here. Watch it go up and down, and then right here, look at that beautiful pop up. And I took some out at 7:25, and then on its way down, I took the rest out at 7:12. One of the reasons why I was a little reluctant even to hold on, even if the market had held, the 200-day moving average, I believe, for Kara is at 758. So I mean, it's not incredibly close, but it's still close enough that people, when they see 731, only 20 cents away, a little over 20 cents away from the 200-day moving average, which can prove to be a real impedance for a stock moving higher. So that's one reason why I decided to take some profit up in this area, and then of course as it was moving down with the rest of the market. Did take a loss on, didn't take many shares on this one. This was another Holly trade. WKHS. It was a bit of a challenge. I got into the trade. I sort of liked the way this looked. I got over 10, and notice in the pre-market it has popped all the way up to 1190. So Holly alerted it, I think, around 10:12 or so. Like, let me see if I can find the alert. Actually, the alert was at actually 10:22 was the actual alert right in this candle here. And I got in at 10:30. It was a little bit tough. The spread wasn't great. Started to move up a little bit, but because the spread was so bad, I didn't take very many shares, and that's typically what I do when there's when the spread is kind of bad. Do not take as many shares because it can just the bid can just drop so badly on you, and you can be it might be tough to get out of a position where you really want to. So on spready stocks, I don't take as many shares. But I did like this. I think at this point, the SPY was still kind of moving up, and I think right here is where it started to collapse. But I did like this pre-market action. I thought, well, it did hit 1190 for a reason. Maybe if it just even gets up to 1050, 1060, that would be a good trade. But it just didn't work out, so I took a loss there. I got out at 1004. So that's about it. I mean, an incredibly exciting day. Sarepta, there are all sorts of big profit targets being put on this one too in the 80s. The reason this moved up is I think it said a conditional approval of their drug. Interesting to me, take a look at the daily chart on Sarepta. You'll notice this day right here. This is on Wednesday. And the reason this popped up is because, the FDA, of course, is made up of a bunch of individuals. And one of the individuals who really was super negative about Sarepta all the time, he basically exited the FDA. And on that news, Sarepta popped up. And then it started giving it back up, the next couple of days. And then look, I mean, this is just incredible. I mean, it's almost a double, 28 to 56. So, it's almost a double. So we'll have to see what happens going forward with this one. This is its first big day, and you just never know. I mean, some of these things can just keep going and going and going, and we'll have to see. But it's a conditional approval, I guess, of its drug, and that caused all the excitement. And if we take a look at IBB, which is the ETF for the biotechs, still waiting to see if we can crack that 300. You know, a few days ago, August 24th, so about a month ago, we almost got there, just got up to 299, and then we had the collapse. We had a bit of a pull up, another collapse. But with this news today, I mean, look, it got up to 294. Why I think this is important, cracking 300. It just it's the ETF for the sector, and I think that if it can crack 300, it might give people the sort of want the confidence to get back into the bios a little more strongly. So we'll have to see what happens going forward. All right, let's take a look at Chris. Just kind of hanging in there. It's not, this is probably, as I said in the room, this is probably going to be a kind of a scalp for me. See if it can get up maybe into this area here. Taking a few shares, so even if it just moves up, 8, 10 cents for me, it'll turn into a nice trade. So see what happens, but I do anticipate some problems right around that area. All right, well listen, exciting day in the room. Again, this is a free room, so no strings attached. I share my screen all day long. Excuse me, and I'm usually open the room at about between 8:30 and quarter to 9 Eastern Daylight Time, and then I get live on the mic between 9 and 4. So, if you like what you've seen today, or if this is the first time you've seen this video, please come on in the room. There's no strings attached, no credit cards, no nothing. Free room. Of course, we use the room as a bit of a marketing tool. We'll put some links in every now and then for subscriptions, but we also put in our webinars. We have 4 webinars a week. And we have the room going, so we really try to support all of our customers and showcase to people who are brand new, who are sort of trying to figure out what we're all about. We try to showcase what we are all about. So come on in the room tomorrow. Again, open it up at about quarter to 9. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.